Good morning. Welcome to Sunday morning beat building. Y'all let me know if you can hear me all right. This is what I do every week from now on. I go live on Facebook Sunday mornings and try to make a fool out of myself. Today is not a damn exception. I'm definitely going to try and make a fool out of myself. Shout out to Rick Alvarez, man. Thank you very much for sending me a request. Today it's going to be a little different. I typically do pull sampling off of records. What I'm going to do today, though, only because my boy Rick Alvarez requested, he's asking for me to cut up some salsa. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to try this out. Now, shame on me, I don't have any salsa. I did have 2 samba records, okay? But he went ahead and sent me over something that he wants me to try out. So we're gonna try out what he's asking me for. Now, obviously, I don't have it on a record. I did pull this digitally, so I'll make this exception to do that. What I want to show you first is the sample, okay? And everything else I'm just going to erase. So I don't have anything on these pads, and we're going to go through the process of how we're going to chop salsa. Y'all just chill to the lakeside real quick. Hey, y'all please leave me a message. Let me know that y'all can hear me okay and make sure I can get an update here. Because I don't know what it sounds like right now, bro. I didn't have enough time to do a sound check and kind of listen to it first. But yeah, please let me know what it sounds like. Good morning, Ruth. All right, Rick. Thank you, man. Thank you, my man. Whenever you have those kind of emotions, Ruth, you just let it go. Just go ahead and start dancing. I think a lot of people were victim to that feeling listening to Lakeside back in the day. Or today. Nothing's probably changed much. Good morning, Mia. Modern technology, correct. Jefferson Airplane, man, thank you so much for showing up and dropping me a line. I appreciate that. We're going to see if we can come up with something on building a beat, a foundation. And just to recap, I did get a request. Someone wants to try out chopping up some salsa, okay? So that's what we're going to do today. I don't have the record, so I went ahead and took the download that he sent me and pulled it onto my akai. Everything else, I think we're gonna do with records and see how something comes up. All right, so for the most part, I think right now we're just gonna mess with this akai since I'm so accustomed to it, and I can start, developing something quicker than I can on this SP so far. Alright, so let's listen to this sample. I think everything else that I've done I'm going to erase so I can start all over again. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. So y'all bear with me, hang tight. Man, I'm gonna have to pull this again. That's alright, might as well do it from the beginning, right? Alright, so now I need to think of how I'm gonna do this. What I'm thinking, what I did was I took this cable right here, plugged it into my iPhone, and then recorded on a sample onto my akai this song, and then I kind of did a chopping and everything, and just kind of see what I could come up with. But well, my iPhone's being utilized right now for the live show, so now I gotta think of something else to use. So y'all bear with me. What the hell am I gonna do here? Yeah, hey, this is man, this is the kind of TV I would personally watch all day long. Doesn't matter if the guy looks like a bumbling fool. No, I'd be so much more interested in this. No, I know I'm in the same boat. What I'm trying to do right now is figure out how I'm going to pull this sample, because I think I accidentally erased it off of my akai, so we're just going to have to resample everything. But let's try it real quick. Let's see what happens. Let me see what sample I have on here, but I know I'm going to need some more. So let's listen to what I got. Let's chop that up. Do I have anything else on here? Nope. There's nothing else but this one sample. So you'll see on my pads, beating all these pads. There's nothing coming out of this. Now I'm going to assign real quick so I can show you. I'm going to assign this onto a pad. Oh. Okay. All right. I already found the bass line. Well, the good news is we're both in the same boat, Mr. Airplane. I'm in the same exact boat. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Again, every week I try to attempt to make a fool out of myself. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and 16 zone this. Now let me point out, whenever I am trying to do some chops on something, I'm a fan of the short chop. Okay, I do try and use the 16 zones as much as possible when it comes to larger samples. I don't particularly like, of course, I don't care about litigation purposes. That's not my intention. But whenever I am doing sampling, I just like the shorter chop because I'm really not trying to. It's so easy to put this right here on a loop and just put a beat on it, right? Boom, boom, ga, boom, boom, ga, boom, ga. I mean, it's just, to me, it just. There's some classics that are that way, okay, and I love them songs. I'm sure I'm being negative about that, but me personally, when it comes to my music, I do not like to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I like the short chop. So we're going to go ahead and just short chop this, all right? So let's get into my akai. I'm going to my trim portion of my akai in the sample. I'm going to my zone. And in my zone, I'm going to set up 16 steps. So let's listen to each of these. Hey, thanks, Mr. Airplane. I think that chop is good. Okay, that's 16. That was 16 chops. So what I'm gonna do right now is go to my edit part. I'm gonna slice this sound into 16 chops, and then from there I'm going to assign it on the pad. I don't have anything on these pads, so I'm gonna go ahead and go into my create new program. We're gonna go ahead and just set it up on bank A, and listen to this chop. So now it's assigning all these 16 channels, all these 16 sounds that just sliced up from that one sample onto my 16 pads right here on my pad bank A. There's 4 pad banks on this Akai MPC. For those of you who don't own one or have never messed with one, there's 4 banks here. So now I have 16 times 4 sounds. So it is pretty versatile. I know there's some that are a lot more than that, but to me, this is a lot of. You could just do so much with it, and especially since it does limit you. I mean, you say it limits you, but good God, man! I mean, that's so many tracks anyway on this thing. It's just the sample time that's slowed down. All right, so now all these things. I'm just kind of messing around right now and seeing what kind of sound I can do here. I'm going into different patterns, and I'm trying to see what sounds would sound good on a loop. But that short sample there I like, because I can now go in here and do different sounds than just doing the... And this would actually sound dope if I did a, like just one bar of that, just normal sample, the one that I have originally, and then drop some kind of beat. Poly. Poly mode. Very occasionally do I use poly. Poly is like last option, man. It's 1:45 in the morning at the club. You still don't have anybody to go home with you, but there's poly off in the corner. You got no other option. You can either go home or there's poly, right? Well, that's how I feel about poly here, okay? Poly is last option. Pete Rock time stretch. I'm sorry, man. I don't understand what that means, man. You saying, let's see, when that technique is used, is it the Pete Rock time stretch? Are the pads on mono or poly? Well, yeah, I just pretty much said it was on poly. I like putting the pads, every single one of them, on mono. Okay, I'm either doing note off or I'm doing mono. Depends on what the sound is. But I'm not real big on poly. A lot of bass in it. Well, I haven't done anything to it. This is the original sample of whatever that song is, okay? And man, I should just play this thing. God dang it, where is... Let me see if I can do this a different way. That's what we need to do. We need to hear this whole song, because I still want to pull off of it. I'm going to go ahead and pull up Logic, go into my my computer and see if I can pull the audio. Please let me know if y'all can still hear me when I do this, okay? Check, check, check. Oof, damn, that's loud. Y'all can still hear me and everything. All right, good, 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 good. All right, so now I'm going to play this track. And y'all tell me, or we're just gonna hear it out real quick, Now there's a lot of horns to this. I'm not huge on horns. I'll cut them, but I'm just not real big on them, you know? I'm hearing bass lines like crazy, though. These bass lines are perfect, actually, for this kind of beat, because it's short and choppy, and you can really come up with some dope bass lines. So now, let's go ahead and slow this thing down, okay? What I mean by that is I'm going to go to my tune mode into my MPC, and I'm going to go ahead, let's start at 30. Sounds a little too muddy to me. I'm gonna go ahead and drop it up 10 more values. So I was at negative 30 on my tune on my MPC. I'm gonna see what it sounds like with negative 20. Okay, so I'm just going up 10 values because to me it just sounds too. And MP3 digital. I mean, it just digital does not sound good to me. It just whenever I'm pulling off a vinyl, and that's another thing too. It's just. It's nothing against anybody who does this, because if you don't have, records and everything, it's no big deal. And really, because, I mean, the record thing, it's really turned into, it's pretty strange how it's gotten so damn popular. I think this negative 20 this is legit. This sounds what I'm wanting. Oh yeah, all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and start getting salsa music. Yeah, man, Rick. Yes, it does. I mean, I'm listening to these bass lines and stuff, and I accidentally hit my frequencies down all the way to 0, and I listened to it, and there's nothing but bass line. Oh my God, it's like, dude, this is the bass line. So I can just chop up another 16 if I want to, or maybe just 8 pads on pad bank B, and have my bass line, just lined up right there, drums right here. We're gonna see how this goes, man. Now, this is only the beginning of the song. There's so much more, and there's so much piano into these things too. And I think those would be a dope chops too. If you can somehow get these chops going on some piano, I think it would sound right. But all you're hearing right now is just brr, brr, brr. So what I'm thinking is I need to go ahead and pull some drums. I think we're gonna go ahead and use Lakeside, since I was just listening to it this morning. And there's a track on here that I think the snare sounds would sound good. Oh yeah, this is it right here. But again, when it comes to cutting samples up, I do like a shorter chop, so that way I can really change it. I don't like it. It's so easy to keep this thing on a loop. That entire 16 step that you just heard. It just, man. You can always do that and just keep boom, ka, boom, boom, ka. It just keep over and over again, but I don't really like to, you know, do that. Let's go ahead and get some drums going. See this? I mean, it's so tangible, man. I can just reach right here and just, yeah, baby, yeah. Stop it. I can speed it up if I wanted to. Yeah, just, man. I can't do that with you know, digital pulls, man. And again, it's not to knock anyone if that's the only means you got, which is actually way better means when it comes to availability and just such a variety out there. You know what I mean? You have an entire collection on here, but just something about this, about being able to touch this and just find a kick. Or you can just even develop a loop like that, you know? And of course, I'm not the only one, obviously, shit. But it's just gotten to be such a fad. That's the thing I don't like about it.
You're the one, girl, yeah.
You're the one, girl.
You're the one. Hey, baby, can't you understand? Now, you're the one for me. You're the one. Can't you see I love you, and I'll have you eternally. You're the one. Now when other guys are out there trying to find the 10, you're on the one, and it's lots of fun, 'cause with you, I always win. You're the one. Baby, your love is on the one.
I'm sorry for everyone that's sending me some messages. Sometimes I can't see them all, but I mean, Ruth, I don't even know. I'll go back and listen whenever you type that message, and I'll let you know, okay? Listening to the snare, and I do like the way this would sound in stereo. I'm listening to the snare only, and I'm only hearing through this, and I know live it's mono, but whenever you are pulling something, you always want to see what the mono and the stereo sounds like. I keep saying this over and over again, but it's so true, because you can pick out some different ambience with some different samples. And sometimes just that quick little snare, to me, it just sounds more rounded whenever I'm whenever I listen to that snare. If that's your thing, man. You know, it's not to knock anyone. It's me personally. I mean, this is my stuff. And some people, there's obviously better tracks than what I'm making out there when it comes to, you know, beats and everything that maybe has a full loop, not like mine, you know. That's just my preference. Really, because I don't want it to sound a whole lot like the original track. Sorry, I'm trying to find this a snare and a kick. That's what I want. I want a snare and a kick off of this song. Good morning, Josh. Thank you for joining, man. All right, let's see if I can pull some kicks and snares. Kicks and snares. That's what I'm looking for. Man, it's got that kick in it. I don't know. It might be irritating. It might be enough of a short samp. That can eliminate that kick right after the snare. It's like ba-da-doom. So I'm going to chop that right quick. I got... Ah, shit. That's very short, but we're going to try it. All right, so there's 2 kicks into that. I'm going to separate them. That's a funky one because it's got that snare echo still in it, and that's why it sounds like that. That one's more clean. All right, so I'm going to keep these. Do not create a new program. Polly, she just shows up, man. It's like a bad mistake, and then just won't go away. I'm assigning these sounds. That's so short. I think I'm going to put 2 of them, and then I'm going to put them together. So short. Let's see what it sounds like when we lower it. I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put it I'm thinking the frequency, I want to kind of give it a mid-low kind of boost whenever I hit it. So 20 typically is pretty good around there, like 25, 26. Resonance, you just gotta try it out. Oh no, this snare might not fit with what I'm thinking on this beat, but we're going to. I'm going to go ahead and keep it and assign both of these sounds together. So whenever I hit it, it's got both of them. I got more of a mid-throaty kind of hit, and then that snap sounds like a when someone kung fu kicks you in the face. That's what's. Oh shit. All right, so let's try that out. I'm gonna go ahead and record this loop. I want 8 bars for sure, and then what's the speed like though? That's way too low. Now, typically people do use 80, 90, 100 BPMs, and that's actually the accurate BPM. Beatmaker. No, I understand, man. Yeah, if you like I think that's the difficulty. Okay, so Rick, I see what you're saying, what you're asking. You're more of a looper type. That's cool, man. But here's the thing, though. With salsa music, there's so much different. There's different notes being played, and they're also in a different kind of rhythm. They got that real nice swing to it. So what's happening there is that's why it's throwing you off, man, because you have such a large loop. And there's so much there. So whenever you do that, it just doesn't give you a whole lot of straightforward. But we're just going to see what this sounds like, okay? And we're still going to use that salsa element. You're going to hear it, or at least you're going to see that there's some type of element there of it. But it's not going to sound like this, you know what I mean? Where was I? Oh yeah, so the time signature. So just 4/4. Let's try out some 4/4. See what it sounds like. 8 bars. I'm going at 185. Okay, I'm at 185. First thing I want to do is make the sound, the melody of what I got. That's what I want. All right, there we go. Let's try this again. So this first sample, this digital sample, they're too loud. So I'm going to turn those way down. I'm just not picking up enough of my kick and snare from my vinyl. And that's okay. still not hearing enough of what I want to hear out of these kicks. They sound weak. I don't like that snare. Yeah, I don't like the way that sounds at all. I like the loop. I don't like the snare. So we're gonna cut some frequency out of it. Understand, Rick. Whenever you do get accustomed to something, when you get accustomed to something, man, you just that's what you stick to. And really, so since day one, I really did do a lot of chopping, and I've never really gotten away, back from it. In fact, I've gotten so accustomed to doing this that's really taken away an element of my other capabilities. Like being able to actually play a melody on something like a guitar. Okay. I get so accustomed to doing this and then making the melody off of this that it really kind of draws me away from doing anything interesting on my guitar. Every time I pick up my guitar, when I do it, it just didn't come out right. Hey, thanks. Yeah, I read your mind, didn't I? I know. I didn't like the way that sounded either. Yeah, unfortunately, I haven't done any upgrades to my Akai other than the memory upgrade. Okay, I do not have 8 outs. Okay, there's no 8 outs on my Akai. I don't have the reverb. I guess what I could do is I could run it through my SP and add some reverb onto there, and then resample it if I wanted to do that. That's definitely something that I would do later on, in some other videos. With this one, I'm just trying to create a foundation on this beat. All right, I need some more stuff though. I need some more elements. To me, it just sounds too boring. I got my swing at 65%. I need to do this over again. Dang, dude. Yeah, I didn't put them on separate tracks so that way I can keep my beat separate from my melody. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this and do it. I wanted to change it up anyway. right, we need some more sampling here. I definitely need. I still want to add to that kick. I still want to add a little bit to that snare. I think I need to actually get a snare instead of like a snap. Like I think those are claps or some shit, but it just doesn't sound right to me yet. I don't know, man. It's just missing something. Man, if I can find some Fatback, I think Fatback's got some pretty dope. They got some good sounds. What tempo are you using, and how many bars? Did you mention it or not? Yeah, I did. It's okay, man. 8 bars. I'm using 8 bars right now. I'm at 185. Okay, I'm at 185 BPM. Now, typically, I'm at double. Normally what people use. Okay, for one, I like the counter to be quicker with that, but it's not just that. I could always, set them on an eighth note or quarter note to have it faster. But the reason why I like to do that is because I want to be able to. I want to be able to do a lot more than just. Man, let me just show you real quick. It's so damn hard to explain what I'm talking about. But see, I've always done a lot of beats as well that are very IDM oriented. Okay, so in IDM, there's a lot more faster type of sounds that are going on. To make it just sounds different. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go into a second sequence that's unused. Okay, I'm pushing play, and there's nothing there. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to record something onto this sequence. Okay, I'm going to set it at 185, and I'm just going to play a normal beat. Actually, let's just do this. Let's just do a kick and a snare. Very simple. But now I'm going to my step. Okay, I'm going to go into each individual step. And what I can do, I can sit here and just add so much more to that. And let's see, in timing, your 30-second notes are going to be way faster at 185 BPM than they would be at half of that. Okay, so that's why I do that. Now, this isn't going to be accurate because it takes some time to really manipulate and do this stuff, but let me show you what I'm talking about. Do you see how much... This is awful. I know, this is not my point, but do you see how many more notes there is there? I just like to have the possibility of adding that in there if I wanted to. Okay, I couldn't do that if I was at half the BPMs, but I can when I'm double that. But I'm still using the same kind of BPM as normal. Okay, so anyway, so I'm at 185. So whatever the hell half of that is. Okay, that's where I'm at. So I'm gonna erase that. That's terrible. But I just wanted to show you how many hits you can put in there, okay, if you just double time the thing, and at least it's there as an availability if you wanted to add some type of thing like that in your music. Okay, I think 65%, which is I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I think that's not the right swing percentage on my on this beat. It might need to be more. Probably 75%. All right, let me pull another record real quick, okay? I'll be right back. I thank you very much for chiming in, Trevor. Yeah, I see what you're saying there, man. I just want to be able to add more beats in there. You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to. I could even do it on this. Be right back. organize this, yo. takes forever to try and find some shit. But that's getting redundant as hell, isn't it? Yeah, I had to go through all that, man. Yeah, I had to skip Donnie, man. I really wanted to pull Donnie Wahlberg. I was like, nah, not in front of the guys, man. Not in front of the guys. I love Fatback, man. It's a great record. I'm going to go ahead and hit that snare. Let's listen to it mono mode. Yeah, it's nice and fat and thick. Okay, well, never mind. Yeah, I know it cut some of it. Keep that. I'm probably gonna add and take away on this other snare. Yeah, sounds to me. I may not need either. Let's go ahead and just assign it to a different pad. Put them all together. Maybe add different elements to that snare. Let's erase this this beat. Keep the melody, erase the beat. All right, before I even start making that beat, I need a kick, because these are way thicker. Those have the best claps too. These claps are great. I just want another kick. You know what I'm saying? I want a thick kick, so bear with me, y'all. That was a lot. I'm going to chop these up even more. Yeah, I got two of these. I think these kicks would be a lot thicker to add into these. It may, it may not. We're going to try it out, though. It's always an experiment. So I'm carving the sound. You know what I'm saying? You're getting in there. You're gonna try and carve out, you know, what you want to add. Oh shit. These two together. 51, 55. All right, I'm going for some hat sounds now, okay? Yes, I am feeling pretty horny. Horns on horns. I'm not a big fan of horns, man, but you know, salsa music is going to have a ton of it. I haven't even gotten into the rest of the song. This is like 3 seconds of the damn song. You know what I'm saying? I'm already making a beat out of just the first 3 seconds that I heard. You know what I mean? But I think it'll sound dope, man. I need to get some hi-hats up. Hang on. Yeah, it's actually, I've already used this. I've used this break before, and I will always use this break. The break is beautiful, okay? I'll play it for y'all. Hey, I appreciate all the feedback, man, everyone. You know, if you have questions on this, or if I'm not explaining myself correctly, because I have terrible explanation, especially when it comes to my ADD, man. So I'll just jump back and forth. You just gotta ask me again, okay? And maybe I'll be a little bit more thorough in my explanation. So the drummer, okay? Drummer used to play for Sly and the Family Stone. He also played for years with Robin Trower. Okay, he's a blues, like a classic rock blues player. Fantastic drummer. But before all of that, he played for this band, and the band is called Gypsy. And you got to pick up some Gypsy records if you don't have any. There you go. So that's the break. And all I needed was this, and it ain't sounding right. I might have to doing something wrong. Of course, I'm doing all this wrong. I'm gonna have to resample that. I hate the way it sounds. That's what I want. Alright, so now that break is so great. That I'm not using for this beat. Yeah, it really is, man. It's just good. It's good for the soul. Clay? I know, it's a habit. I don't think anyone should be rude. I don't feel like anyone's rude by asking. But everyone's so secretive. Like, no, you don't need to know what this is. And like, motherfucker, it's not that. We all hear it differently. He's gonna come up with something different. So I mean, fuck. I've never understood that. You know what I mean? I can understand back in the day, but God, man, there's just so much shit out there. So what? You know, if the dude finds out what it is, and he is, you know what I mean? I think, to me, it feels like nobody wants to know. They don't want to tell you what the sample is because they're afraid they're gonna fucking do something better than you can. You know, that's how I feel. So that's why I really don't mind, telling people what the sample was. Now, some of my stuff, like when it comes to my melody and shit, I really don't want to, and it's only because, well, it'd be a double standard, I guess. You know what I mean? Yeah, them samba beats. Well, the samba, it didn't turn out. So I had Rick Alvarez. You know, he's like, man, I want salsa. I really want salsa. He sends me over this song, and I've sampled it, and this is what it's come out to be so far. And it's been an hour and a fucking half. That's not the one I wanted. Oh, something off on it, man. Maybe just one fucking one boring ass cymbal hit. But it probably works. Maybe none. All right, let's try that again. This might sound way too muddy. I went ahead and set these up on here so I can poly, so I can add the bass line to it. But it's so muddy already that it has a lot of bass in it. Can't remember what else. Intro piece, you know what I'm saying? You can start off with that regular ass sample. It's tuned down still. Thanks, Rick, man. I really appreciate that, bro. I think this bass line's gonna, if I add the bass line to this, it's gonna sound way too boomy, but fuck it, we're gonna try it. I got to tune everything down to 20 negative, like the other one, okay? But you can use that intro, and you can show your flip, you know what I'm saying? But I would, personally, I would like to have a better flip than that. You know, like, just, damn! Something similar, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I really personally, I think it has more to do with the latter than the earlier Mr. Airplane. I really feel like that. But you definitely don't want to sit there and like, oh, okay, that's that sound, and then you just redo the same damn thing and put a different, you know, kick and snare sound. I really don't like to do that. When it comes to using someone else's sample, like not someone else's sample, but the same sample source, okay? But man, there's just so much shit out there. I mean, it really doesn't matter, man. There's an abundance of stuff. There's stuff that I've flipped, man. I found this record. This is one of the ADD things. I was looking at some gospel at a thrift store, right? And inside there's all these gospel records, and they're country gospel records. Okay, so we're talking about Oklahoma, old ass, you know, just redneck religious people. And inside this gospel record, I pull it out. I gotta find it. I'll show y'all next week or something. But I pull it out, and it's this record, and it says country porn. Well, it's just nothing but music about just sex. But he hid it inside like this gospel record. I can imagine if his old lady pulled that out to listen to it on Sunday, and and she hears this dirty, filthy, disgusting stuff. But I thought it was funny. I bought it. It was cheap. right, so let's put this bass line in there. And turn these down a little. They're really boomy. There's some changes I want to add to that. Man, for the most part, I think this will be a really, really dope beat. I got to get more into the sounds and stuff. Hey, Rick, thank you so much for showing me that track. I'm going to fucking find the record, okay? I want to come back, spin it off, and redo this just for the sake. I mean, no one's going to tell the difference. I know no one's going to tell the difference. I can just hear it, though, man. That MP3, the song is great, but, man, that MP3 just really bothers me. You know, you just listen to stuff and you get accustomed to a certain sound, and man, you can hear the difference for sure, you know, between a digital and an analog track. But, you know, it's getting set into, it's getting put into this Akai, and it's being digitized at 16 bits, so I don't know what I'm bitching about. I mean, there's nothing, it's not that big of a deal, man. You know, I just make a big deal out of it, that kind of stuff. But I don't know, man. I just like to prefer the sound yanking off of vinyl. I don't even know if this song's available on fucking CD. For all I know, it came out in the 90s. Nothing's out there from fucking 90s, unless it's some hipster shit. I don't know. I wonder what it sound like when I tune this. Nah, I can't do that. Shit. Okay, oh, I got it. How Polly makes everything sound like a nightmare. No, I don't like that. Just keep it the same. I think for the most part, that's going to be a wrap, man, on this song. I got to start getting ready. I got to go spend some time with my mother. It's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mamas out there. And also all the mamas that have to be the daddy, too. Wish you all the best, and today's your day. Tonight, Midnight Marinade. I don't know what the hell I'm going to put on there, but I might spin. There's a joint that it's starting to get really popular again. There's a what the hell is it called? Hiatus Coyote, something like that. I've had the record, and it's a fabulous record. But it's long as hell. I might just do one. It's a double LP, so I might just do one of the LPs. Yeah, you like that? Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. 1983. Thank you, Rick. Okay, so I'm corrected. So it should be on vinyl, right? I mean, you would think so. I hope it is, man. I really appreciate you sharing this with me, man. So yeah, Midnight Marinade tonight. I am going to spin a record. I don't know if I'm going to do the whole double LP. I might go and do something completely different and have nobody watching. But the whole point behind the Midnight Marinade is to kind of get away from the hip-hop, man. Get away from it for a minute and just kind of listen to something different. And it'll always inspire you to do something a little bit different into your beats, even though this sounds so damn typical hip-hop. But I like it. This sounds good, man. Let's try this again. Rick, I really hope this helped you out, man. But this is the way I do things. You know what I'm saying? I'm chopping it up. So yeah, if you can tune in to Midnight Marinade tonight, be in the middle of the night. Rick, shout out to you, man. Thank you very much for sharing this with me. This has been... I like this beat. I think this one's a little successful. I got to work on it some more, but I do like this beat. I'm not disappointed with it. Like last week, I still haven't messed with that one from last week, and I got involved in my my slower one and my slower track that I showed last week. But I do like this one. I think I'm gonna fuck with this one for a little bit. Thank you very much for tuning in today, man. Sunday morning, beat building. I think we made a pretty good foundational. What do you think, man? Hey, thank you, bro. I really appreciate that. I like it. I think this is dope. Just a loop over and over again. I'm going to add some different things to it. I know there's another section on that song, man, and I wish I had it on vinyl so I can just pull it real quick. But it's more horns, but I want to add those pianos in there too. I think it would sound really good, man. So I'm going to get back to this, Rick, and I'm really going to think about adding those salsa pianos into the mix. See if there's any way I can put it into this type of beat. You know what I mean? I hate to be redundant, but I'm gonna play this intro again. I like the way the intro sounds. I think this right here, this beat right here sounds like a perfect candidate for my Chameleon Theory on YouTube. So I think I'm going to complete this here in the next week or so and put it on my Chameleon Theory on YouTube. So I'll share a link from Facebook onto that so y'all can check it out. But man, what do y'all think of this beat? Did we have a successful beat building? So here's the original sample that we built off of this. That can't be it. Is it gone? Did I erase it? What the hell? What the hell did I do? Hey, thank you very much, man. Much appreciated, y'all. I really appreciate it. So here's the original sample that we did. Three, 4 seconds of that beginning of the song. So I've really cut yourself short, man. I'm sorry, but just that 3-4 seconds is already fire. So we could have developed something out of those 3-4 seconds of that song already. There's so much more to it, man. There's so many different elements in this song. So it's really perfect to flip. I'm gonna add more stuff to it, and for sure, Rick, I'm gonna show you. Okay. So again, the original sample, and then what I added was just I tuned it down as an intro. Kind of showcase your flip. So once again, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. It's been a wrap, man. I think it's been a success. So I really appreciate all the time. We spent a lot more time on this one than we had in the other ones, but tune in tonight, midnight marinade. Okay, we're gonna get into that record. I think I'm gonna play that Coyote's Coyote. Great album. So yeah, man, thank y'all very, very much.